Welcome to the deep dive. So, the big news we're digging into today, Vybz Kartel.
Right, back in the U.S.
Exactly. After 20 years, can you believe it? 20 years away. And now he's back, playing 2 sold-out shows in Brooklyn, New York.
Yeah, that's huge. I mean, 20 years in music, especially dancehall, that's like multiple lifetimes.
Totally. And, you know, the reception seems massive. Cartel himself, he's calling it, what was the quote? Jubilation and triumph.
That's what he said. It really paints a picture, doesn't it? Not just a gig, but something significant, a real moment for him.
For sure. So we looked at this Billboard interview he did, trying to get his perspective. You know, our goal here is really to unpack what this return feels like for him. The emotions, the memories, or lack thereof, maybe.
And what's hitting him now that he's actually back?
Right. So let's jump in. Those initial feelings he mentioned, blessed, jubilation, triumphant. What does that really signal to you after such a long time?
Well, it feels intense, like genuinely deeply felt. Not just buzzwords, you know. Blessed suggests gratitude. Jubilation is pure joy. And triumphant, that points to overcoming something, perhaps.
Yeah, like a personal victory lap.
Exactly. It makes you wonder about everything that happened in those 2 decades and what this return really symbolizes for him on a personal level.
That's a good point. And it wasn't just about him either. He made a big deal about who was there with him.
Oh, yeah, the family aspect.
Right, his actual family, but also, like, the promoter, CJ, his crew, Scatter, TJ, he called them all family, said it felt amazing to have that support. What's the takeaway there?
I think it kind of shifts the focus a bit, doesn't it? It's not just Vybz Kartel, the superstar returns.
Yeah.
It's like he's framing his success, this triumphant moment, as a collective thing.
Ah, interesting.
Yeah, like that support network is crucial, maybe especially after being away so long, that sense of belonging, sharing the win, it probably makes the whole thing feel even bigger, you know?
Makes sense. It definitely adds that human layer. So, speaking of the past, though, his memory of actually playing in New York before.
Huh. Yeah, that was something.
Pretty blunt, right? What was it? Sir, I do not remember anything.
Yep, followed by, but in my defense, it's been 20 years.
You gotta appreciate the honesty, I guess.
Well, yeah, and it just hammers home how incredibly long ago that actually was. Think about your own memories from 20 years back. Specifics can get real fuzzy.
Oh, absolutely. But he did mention something about nostalgia, didn't he? Even if the shows themselves are gone from memory.
He did, yeah. He talked about just being there, like the feeling of the streets, mingling with people, Bronx, Brooklyn, Queens, Flatbush, even being out in White Plains. He said it was giving nostalgia.
So the place itself still resonates, even if the events don't.
Exactly. It's like that ambient connection, the vibe of New York. That stuff sinks in deeper sometimes than, you know, recalling a specific set list from 2 decades ago. It shows the city's pull is still there for him.
Okay. Now, let's talk about the dressing room. Because his answer on essentials, well...
Right. That definitely got people talking, I imagine.
I mean, beautiful women, expensive clothes, and God around us. Both for the dressing room and the pre-show routine, which was drinking with beautiful women, expensive clothes, and God around us. What do we even do with that?
Well, look, it's very Vybz Kartel, isn't it? It's provocative. It fits the image.
Unfiltered.
Whether you take it completely literally or more as, like, setting a certain mood or projecting a persona,
Yeah.
it gives you a peek into what he values, or at least what he says he values around his performance space. It's part of the brand, maybe.
Yeah, establishing that vibe, I guess. Okay, so moving on to the actual music, the performance itself. He was asked which song he was most hyped to perform.
And the answer was pretty immediate, right?
Instant. Brooklyn Anthem.
Yeah. I mean, kind of a no-brainer given the location.
Exactly. His reason was just, come on, this is BK. Like, duh.
You can't argue with it. It's the perfect choice.
Totally. It's like the most direct way to connect with that specific crowd. Right there, right then. A musical nod to the borough welcoming him back. Smart.
Very smart. It shows he gets the audience, gets the moment. It's not just playing a hit. It's creating that shared vibe, that local pride.
Yeah.
Very effective.
For sure. Okay, so let's sort of wrap this up. Looking back at this deep dive, using that Billboard chat as our guide.
Yeah.
What are the main things that stick out about Cartel's return?
Well, first off, just the sheer positivity, you know, that jubilation, the triumph. It feels really genuine after being away for so long.
Right. And then the contrast with the memory thing.
Yeah, the hazy details of the past versus that strong present-day nostalgia for the city itself. That's pretty interesting.
Definitely. And you can't forget his unique pre-show preferences.
No, that's certainly part of the picture. It gives
Yeah.
you a sense of his persona.
And finally, that excitement for Brooklyn Anthem, just really connecting with the place through the music.
And I think stepping back a bit, it really underscores that connection artists can have with their audience, even after a huge gap. Time changes things, but sometimes that bond remains.
Yeah. It makes you think, doesn't it, about time and absence.
And what it feels like to return, how memory works, how places feel.
Exactly. What does it actually feel like to come back to something important after years away? What bits feel the same? What's totally different? Definitely something for you, the listener, to maybe mull over. Thanks for digging in with us.